Let's get into the edit type of the curtain wall. So right in here, I'm having a curtain wall of length to be 5 meter. Okay, so picking up the curtain wall, get into edit type. Right now the curtain panel, which will be the system panel glaze, you can right away turn it into a wall. Okay, that makes no sense. This would be a concrete wall here. There's no point in converting that. Okay, let it stay as glazed right here. Next thing is we can have the orientation of vertical grid lines. Okay, so the first option is you can have fixed distance for vertical grid. Hit apply, you can have the vertical grid line will be there, and the spacing is right now 1.5 meter. So let's get into any elevation and try to measure the distance from first point to second point. That will be 1.5 meter. And right now here, the starting of the curtain wall is also showing 1.5 meter, but whereas you can see at the end of the curtain wall is not showing 1.5 meter. As we select up the curtain wall, you can have an option called as justification, from which part of the curtain wall the distance shall be measured. Okay, right now it's set into beginning. I can set it to end, so the end of the curtain wall will be having 1.5 meter. You can now measure the distance, 1.5 meter will be there. Right now, if the object is right at the center, okay, the justification, if I turn it right into center, you can see that there won't be any sort of spacing maintenance in the starting or at the ending of the curtain wall, whereas at the end of the curtain wall, the segments other than start or the end will be showing up 1.5 meter. Okay, right now here it's 1.5 meter, here also it's 1.5 meter. So we got 5 meter subtracted with 3 meter, the rest of the distance is 2 meter. So if we try to measure, this will be 1 meter. And this will be 1 meter. So as to maintain the total length of the wall will be 5 meters. So that's it. Now the curtain wall is right now it's vertical. You can turn it right. If I play it up an angle 45 degree, you can see that the curtain wall will be rotated in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so we got an offset here. As you get into 3D view, maybe offset is 10 units. You can see that the distance is shifting right into the right side or the left side depending on the view. Maybe if you like to have 500, you can see that the spacing is being adjusting by the computer itself. Okay, so back into 0. Yeah, this one is for vertical grid and horizontal grid. There is nothing other in the property palette. Okay, forgot we are in the edit type. So we got the fixed distances right here, and it got fixed numbers right there. So fixed number, how many numbers can be controlled right away in here? Okay, so maybe my curtain grid contain 5 numbers of vertical grid. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of grids are there. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 grids are there. So that's it. Now let's see the maximum spacing option and minimum spacing option. Okay, getting to maximum spacing, maybe I like to enter a spacing of 1 meter. Well, a little bit help of an Excel. So how we got the spacing to be 1250, just get into here again, having the spacing of 1250. Let's see on how it worked. So the total length of the wall is just like 5 meter, and the spacing 1455. So the total number of segments is just like the number divided by the spacing here. That will be 3.4. So now let me try to round it up. So equal to round up this number right into 0. So you got 4 numbers, and see the total equal spacing. So the equal spacing will be equal to 5 meter. It could be divided by this number 1250, which comes to be 1250 right in here. So that's how your Revit is calculating the spacing in maximum. So let's get into minimum spacing of 1455, and so the number is just getting to here, and I can see if the number is 1667. So what I'm gonna do in here is, rather than rounding it up, so I'm gonna round it down. So you can see 1666, or just round it up. Maybe I would like to round the figure right into nearby decimal spaces, so 1667. So that's how it will be. So that's it. Now that's all of this option.